playoffs here in our Steelers franchise. We're going up against the number 2 seed, Miami Dolphins. And they've been up to a big year this season. They are missing Raheem Mostert this season. Just let's look at more of the league leaders. And Tom Brady, 1 single yard away from a 5,000-yard season. That is painful. 47 touchdowns, though, by Mahomes. Wow. Najee Harris, same amount of carries as Derrick Henry, but Henry just having just over 100 more yards, but the touchdown difference is definitely there. Ridley, Diggs, Evans lead in receiving yards. And we actually don't finish the year with the most interceptions with Ahkello Witherspoon. It's Kendall Fuller. Mike Hughes, though, had a great year throughout the whole season. Bobby Wagner. It's good, glad to see him back up there. And Robert Quinn actually up there for sacks as well. He's got 14, but Aaron Donald, 22. Cameron Jordan, 26 tackles for loss. That's pretty good. Let's go look at some of Miami's stats here. Mitchell Trubisky's stats actually this year weren't the worst, but I mean, they were close. Almost a 2,000-yard back with Harris this season. He had a great year all around. I'm actually really loving the year he had, but Anthony Miller was the guy that brought out, he led us in touchdowns this year for the receiving department, and was 4th. He beat Claypool actually out in yardage, touchdowns, and receptions. Like, what does that tell you? Steven Sims had a pretty decent year. And same thing with Zach Gentry. He actually had a good year for a backup tight end, 250 yards with 3 touchdowns. That is pretty darn great, as he actually had more touchdowns than our starting tight end, Pat Freiermuth. But we're here to look at Miami, not just us, to see what they've been up to this year. We're going to go back to passing. Tua. It's Teddy Bridgewater, He's up to a big year. 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions with 4,261 yards. Raheem Mostert was their starting back, and he literally paved the way for them. Not too much in yardage, as he only had 684 yards, but depending where he got injured, it says he played 15 games only, so he is missing a few. But he had 9 touchdowns. So Chase Edmonds looks to be their leading back, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a little bit of Myles Gaskins there as well, as he's got 2 touchdowns. So maybe they use him in the red zone a little bit more, but we'll see. As I think this is going to have to be a game plan they're going to have to maybe shy away from, if knowing us and our run defense. So maybe we just commit to the pass. But Devontae Parker actually led the team in receiving yards. Only 4 touchdowns, but I mean, Tyreek Hill didn't get 1,000 yards this season. Had 10 touchdowns, though. And his longest was only a 32. They didn't really have a long play. They just kind of milked it, it seems. Jalen Waddle had a pretty good year, too. They all around, they had a really great year. Mike Gesicki had a good year. Cedric Wilson, pretty good. Adam Shaheen. Chase Edmonds in the receiving department. Nice. Love to see running backs get out there. Jerome Baker and Nick lead this team in tackles. Tackles for loss I love to look at. And it's Eddie Goldman and Emmanuel Ogbah. Christian Wilkins. See, Christian Wilkins is a guy I think about trading for here and there. He's an 82 overall. He might be a guy who we might be interested in trading for. Let's see his contract. So he's got 2 years remaining. So going into next season, he'll be on his last year. So maybe we do trade for him, as He's going to be on his last year of contract. But we'll see if we can actually get him. Let's go sacks, excuse me. Sacks. Emmanuel Ogbah is going to lead the way with Eddie Goldman and Christian Wilkins as well. Zach Styler and Jerome Baker following on that. And Jalen Phillips, the rookie, has got 2 sacks on the year. Interceptions-wise, they don't have too many. Byron Jones has 2, and he leads the team in interceptions, only with 2. Eric Rowe, Javon Holland, another good DB, is definitely good for this team as well. Xavier Howard getting up there in age. So we'll see how this all plays out. And Andrew Van Geikel. Fumble department. They only have 2 forced fumbles this year from Eric Rowe and Eddie Goldman. So Eddie Goldman really and they recovered both of them. They recovered rather each other's fumble or their own fumbles. They have 2 safeties from Emmanuel Ogbah. That's actually quite impressive. Returning, they have 1 punt return touchdown with Tyreek Hill. Of course they do. Thomas Morstead is going to be the man to punt it. He's got it inside the 20 11 times. Kicking, Jason Saunders. Extra points made, extra points attempted, so he hasn't missed this year. Field goals made, field goals attempted 2 for 2, 6 for 6. So he's missed only 2 field goals this season. But enough of that. I think it's time here we get into this playoff matchup. Going to do our weekly scouting. It's not Tua starting. I'm not sure why they said it was Tua. It's going to be Teddy Bridgewater. And they're going to say run inside. I don't think I want to pick run inside. If anything, they don't really go deep. Seems like they just kind of keep it short. So I think throwing it medium, covering the medium pass is going to be something we should look at. And running it inside, keeping it in our offensive MVP's hands here. Any injuries going into this game? Offensively, no. And defensively, no. So let's see what kind of upgrades. We have Buddy Johnson. They make him a field general here, and I do like Buddy Johnson. So he gets a +1 speed. That's nice to have. And our returner, Gunner. I think just route running. We didn't get any sort of direction change. So we could do a little bit more of staff here. Victor Price, our offensive coordinator. It's got a lot of work going into this coming up game. All players on your team count as scheme fits during training. I mean, that's pretty good. Slow rating regression for 1 season for 1 position. Reveal a hidden development. I actually really like the tackling one here. Oh, I love the head power here. So Greg Taylor has had a pretty good year defensively. I feel like we've tightened it up in the secondary. But here we go. We are going to get straight into this game. Up against Miami here. I love the uniforms we're in. Let's do it. Let's see what Miami has to offer us. As there's Teddy Bridgewater.
Round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend.
So the biggest game of the season, of course, it is a elimination game. Winner here remains in the playoffs. Loser is ready for their offseason.
The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be fielded inside the
And I definitely want to keep an eye on that Baltimore and Cleveland game, because that should be an exciting game. So Bridgewater's going to come out here on the first drive of these wildcard playoffs, and he's just going to hand it off to Edmonds, and Edmonds will pick up 3 to start the game off. So 2nd and 7, Bridgewater back to pass, and he's going to get hit here by Hayward. Cameron Hayward there, just getting around the edge, and that's going to make it a tough 3rd and 15 scenario.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be overthrown in triple coverage, really, there. That is definitely something, as a Pittsburgh fan, you're excited to see. I definitely want to see him throw it into coverage or just force a pass to, well, Tyreek Hill. But Devontae Parker seems to be their lead man on this team, as he led them in receiving yards. Maybe too many teams were looking for, oh, that's Zach Gentry. Too many teams may be looking for Tyreek Hill, which cleared up Devontae Parker, and we'll kind of find out more of that this game. As we're going to lose a yard after a Zach Gentry reception, and we're going to deep this one out, and that's going to be caught by Claypool on the 15-yard line. What a way to start a game here. And what a throw. Looked like the DB was in position, just didn't jump up for that. And we're going to get about 2 yards here, as that's Pat Freiermuth on the 2-yard grab. Bunch at the top of your screen here. Maybe a handoff to Harris. No, Harris is going to run out there, and that could have been dangerous there, as it'll just bring up a 3rd and 8 scenario, and I would love to see us get into the end zone here on this first drive of the playoffs. Well, Freiermuth wide open down the middle, but we're not going to find him. That's going to be Emmanuel Ogbah. So pause. Coming out here to see if he could put the first points of the game on our first drive, and that's up, and that is good.
The Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
We love to see it, for sure.
Message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
So Bridgewater's going to come out here, see if he can start this drive off better.
They trail early in this wild card game. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
And just going to toss it here to Hill, and he's going to pick up 9 yards. They're going to rule it a 10-yard reception, but just short of the marker. So Edmonds on the handoff here, yep, as followed, and that's going to actually lose inches here to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds.
And Edmonds got back up there. Looked a little scary.
That's how you get right up off of the map, because on the last play they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater.
Oh, and Hayward going to just bull rush right through the lineman to get his 2nd sack on the 2nd drive of the ball game for Miami.
2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a give to Edmonds.
Edmonds here on the carry. He's going to break a tackle, but not go for very much.
The Steelers Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Going deep here for Parker.
And that's going to be thrown up and going to be knocked out of the hands there. I believe that was Devontae Parker.
But it's going to bring up 4th down.
So 4th and 15 once again. And Gunner's going to be the one to return. He's going to spin out of a defender.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
So handoff here to Najee Harris, and
he's going to take this ahead.
That is going to be his first carry of the ball game.
2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They hand this off to Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go. Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Nice carry there by Harris. Picks up the first.
Now a 1st down carry.
And Harris, nice carry here. He's going to pick up maybe 7 or 8. They're going to rule it an 8-yard rush. So 2nd and 2. And we're going to go right back to Harris here, and this is going to be a nice chunk.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
And Harris will be brought down at the 37-yard line of Miami. And look how far off they're playing off Freiermuth. I would just hit him on a hitch here, or an out. Slants are wide open, but we have Mitchell Trubisky as our quarterback.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
So that's going to make things difficult.
They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Here's Trubisky to throw.
And Trubisky's going to fire it here, and I don't believe we're in field goal range. And I hope we don't try to kick this one through. No, we don't. Okay, good. Not that I don't believe in Boswell, but I don't want to give them good position. I'd rather just play the position battle in this game and make them have to move down the field as their offense seems to be struggling. And they have such a good receiving core.
Bridgewater's throw here, taken in by Gesicki.
They really built a strong receiving core. For, I guess, Teddy Bridgewater is their quarterback that they're deciding to go with. I thought Tua was going to be their guy, but...
And he stopped immediately there.
So maybe Tua's an option if they're not using him to maybe bring to Pittsburgh this offseason. And we almost got to Bridgewater, and that's going to be way overthrown. And it looked like Ahkello Witherspoon there slowed down as he could have kept running and had a chance to pick that off, but either way, it's a punt. Would have been the same result for yardage. And Gunner's going to shake a man off. I'm loving seeing their tackling just kind of crumble a little bit as they're having trouble with the first initial tackler, as we're going to pick up a good gain here of about 13. And that's going to put us right at midfield. And maybe another Najee Harris to get past midfield here. No, we're going to pass it. And this is going to be caught here by Claypool. No, by Anthony Miller on the hitch route. So, 2nd and 1, needing a yard. Going to pass it again, and this time we're going to get sacked. Christian Wilkins is going to be the one to get to Trubisky this time, and we could have just easily ran that for a 1st down.
Trubisky.
And Trubisky's going to run it here. Pick up the first down and a lot more. And he's going to fumble it, and it's going to be Miami football. Just slide. You got the first down already. Come on, Trubisky.
Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover.
And that's going to be a catch there, and that is, I believe, Waddell is number 11. No, it's Devontae Parker. I thought Devontae Parker was number 10, but I guess Tyreek Hill took over that number. I thought he was number 10. Maybe he is a little. Good tackle there. Is that Jack? That is Miles Jack.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Draw play, Edmonds. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and 11. I'm loving this defensive pressure we're getting.
Bridgewater to throw it.
And they should be short here of the first down. So a 4th down play coming up here as they're going to most likely punt this one.
But they needed more than that. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds at the what here?
Good punt there. It's going to drop out at the 12-yard line of Pittsburgh.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky.
And Trubisky's going to be hit on the throw. That's going to be intercepted for sure. Oof. That is not good, as that is their best field position today. As they're going to start on our 41, and that's the 2nd turnover. Trubisky, just slide next time, though, on that run. I'm just still beaten up about that.
They're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Bridgewater.
And that's going to be a catch. That's Waddell. Waddell is definitely 17.
At the 35, gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And that could be intercepted, and it is. There you go, the bobble. But we're going to end up taking this one to the 18-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work.
That is definitely what you want to see in this game.
The 2nd quarter been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really.
And oh my God, Trubisky, you got to hold on to that football today. I'm not doing that stuff.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So, we're going to see here
this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's
if we can get out of this 2nd and 18. We're just going to toss it deep here, and that's dangerous. That is in so much coverage. I don't know what we were doing there.
Steelers on 3rd down. To this point, they could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
And get that ball out of there. That's going to be caught for the first down. I didn't think we were going to pick it up.
And he'll was past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Trubisky. Completion here to Claypool. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card.
2nd and 7 here. Trubisky's got some time, and he had a lane there, but just throws it out of bounds. I think the coverage for Miami's actually been pretty good. We've just been getting lucky with that big deep ball to set up the field goal, actually, and I think other than that, this game would still be all knotted up, and that's going to be a nice catch there in traffic. And that is Miller. And that's going to be caught by Freiermuth. What a perfect pass by Mitchell Trubisky, and that is a big-time injury there for Miami. And let's see how much this affects them. And so far, nothing on that carry. 3 yards. But maybe the pressure stops getting there. They're going to bring the heat here, and that's going to be caught and brought inside the, almost at the 5-yard line. I would have let that clock run. I don't know if I would have called timeout. Trubisky, audible, sees something he likes in the defense.
Here's Trubisky.
That's going to be caught, and we're going to get it into the end zone. But did we leave too much time for Miami?
From 6 yards away.
And that's Chase Claypool, the one that connects there with Trubisky for the 6-yard touchdown to bring this game to 10-0.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line.
And if you look at the stat lines and you see both the turnovers committed by Miami on Pittsburgh's offense, you would think this game would be the other way around. It would be 10-0 Miami.
Down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And we're going to almost get to him, and it looks like he did not turn his head, or he did turn his head, then he looked to run back upfield, but the ball was thrown, and that's just miscommunication there, as there's going to be a wide open target here. This is Adams. Sorry, Devontae Parker, not Devontae Adams.
Bridgewater on 1st down.
And we're going to get to the QB, but they're going to rule this incomplete here.
And it's 2nd down.
As his arm was moving forward. And we're going to get to Bridgewater once again, and I believe that's Hayward's 3rd sack of this ball game.
As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
3rd and 20, they're just going to run this one out, and that got a little dangerous there, as Pittsburgh's going to call timeout here. I'm not sure that I want them to call timeout, but I mean, maybe we can get one big play. We don't have a timeout, so one big play out of bounds, if we even decide to go for it, or if we're just going to knee it here. And it looks like we're going to just run the clock out, unless we're thinking, but they're doing double team. They're definitely double teaming Deontay Johnson. And this is going to be a Harris big run here, as that's going to end the half. If we had one more timeout remaining, maybe another quick play there to get us in field goal range, but no timeouts remaining.
They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
And this is going to be a big return here. Gunner is going to get it down to the 40-yard line.
The defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And that is the best return we've seen of him all season.
As they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Diontae Johnson's going to motion out to the wide, and he's going to come right back in.
Throwing here, Trubisky.
And that's going to be intercepted there. I'm not sure what Trubisky saw, but that was a pretty easy read by Xavier Howard.
Right at the 44-yard line.
So just like that, we're starting the half with our 3rd turnover of this ball game.
On 1st down.
And Edmonds is going to have some daylight now as he's going to pick up some yards, but he puts the ball on the ground, and Mosley picks it up. But will this stand as a fumble?
Of course, for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
I think he is down.
And now
There's going to be a booth review here, and it's going to remain Miami football. So we can't be shooting ourselves in the foot with these awful passes here and our turnovers in general.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him.
And another handoff here, but this one's going to be swallowed up. Maybe a yard or two. 3rd and 5 here. Passing situation. They're going to throw this one, and that's going to be almost intercepted. Good coverage by Levi Wallace.
Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
So the field goal unit comes out for Miami, and Saunders is going to drip that one through to make it a 1-possession ball game now.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
And Najee Harris is going to start off this drive with a nice run. See, Mitchell Trubisky just needs to play a little better, like he was in the first quarter. He played great in the first quarter, and speaking of great, Harris already had 83 yards on the day on only 10 rushes. He's been a huge reason for us to be moving the football, and what a throw here. That looked a little dangerous, but good thing Diontae Johnson got to that one before anyone else could. Now with Byron Jones on the coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
That's going to be caught by Freiermuth for the 1st down. Looks like they were trying to get almost like a little mini screen out there. Just catch it out to Freiermuth and have both Claypool and Diontae Johnson blocking. And we are going to get sacked once again. Roquan Davis.
Raekwon Davis gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So 2nd and 18 after the sack. We're going to run it here. First play, and Najee's going to get a bunch of yards back. As he's going to make this a 3rd and 3 now only. Freiermuth wide open. They're going to decide to go to a double-covered Diontae Johnson, and we're going to kick a fairly long field goal here. 55 yards. Boswell's done this in the past, and he does it here to put this to a 2-possession ball game.
So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. from the shotgun. It's Bridgewater.
So the unfortunate sack really hurts us.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
And they're going to get to him once again. That's going to bring up a 4th down. I just remembered I had a Pepsi in the freezer from about a few hours ago, and that's probably going to... Oh, it's actually kind of perfect. Coming back here to see what's happening.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So give me 1 second.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Trubisky. Open man here is Gentry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
We're going to now be at 2nd and 8. Sorry, just received a phone call there.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season.
Harris has looked pretty good in this game, and Brad Freiermuth looks like he's been shaken up. It looks like a hand or a wrist that he kind of nicked. Hopefully nothing is broken there, and just a little ding or a scratch. But now a 3rd and 16 as we were closing in on field goal range, and now we're definitely not in field goal range after that Christian Wilkins sack.
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Wow, they are getting to Mitchell Trubisky here.
As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
And a great punch. We're going to down it at the 3. They're going to say the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. 2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sorry, another phone call there. These playoffs are busy, not just... Oh, wow, they got it off before the end, and we almost got to him, and that's going to be a 1st down, as it looked like we were about to get a safety.
They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bridgewater's throw here taken in by Parker. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Off the play fake, Bridgewater.
And he's just going to scramble out Bridgewater. Oh, we're going to do a little bit of a hit there after. Good to see no flag there. Didn't really hit him, just kind of pushed him, shoved him after.
On second down, Bridgewater.
And Bridgewater's got a lot of room here, and he's going to slide down and really take notes after watching Trubisky.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that
fumble, and look at this. We're going to get to him. Oh, Armstead, one of their better linemen on this team.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Bridgewater to throw it.
And that's going to be out of reach for Waddle.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this is going to be a deep shot here, and that's going to be just overthrown. But what is this flag? And it's going to be an automatic first down as we're going to get to Bridgewater a little late here, Alex Highsmith. So instead of a 4th down, they're going to get an easy first down here and a new set of downs on our 20-yard line. And what a wild play there. They try to just screen it out to Hill, but it looked like that throw just led Hill way too far backwards and results in a loss of 6.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
And he's going to throw this one to the sideline. That's going to be caught way out of bounds. And what are they calling on this play here? Another roughing the passer.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun.
Wow, we are shooting ourselves in the foot here as Miami's now going to get in the end zone after 2 roughing the passer calls.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again.
That is definitely not what we wanted to see.
Extra point and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Trubisky.
Trubisky, nice pass, and we're going to break a tackle here. And you wouldn't believe if I told you that that is Sternberger. Sternberger, I believe that is. That's our 3rd string tight end making a big play. Oh, and that draw was dialed up perfectly as that hole just opened up for Harris.
122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And we get across midfield here.
Leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do,
and Trubisky's got all day, and he's going to run right into the... Oh, but he breaks a tackle, and he goes and picks up about 6 yards.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky.
Trubisky running out of the pocket. Good awareness system.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws.
I feel like we could have picked the first down up by running it, or even just short of the first down, but
From the gun on
that's fine.
It's Trubisky.
And that's going to be caught for a new set of downs. And Miller's been huge on third down today. I love it. So 1st and 10, and we're in field goal range, but a field goal doesn't really do too much as it still keeps it to a one-possession game, but Harris is going to find a lot of room on the outside and bring this down at the 13-yard line. I would just keep giving it to Harris. Or even a screen to Harris.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office.
And Claypool now is going to be a running back here as he's going to take the handoff and bring it to the 5-yard line for an 8-yard carry.
Take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
2nd and 2 here. Handoff. Harris chugs his way down at the 1-yard line.
Right out of the 2-minute break. We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts.
Just need to pound it in here on the 1-yard line. Trubisky looks to go under center here. Keep it on the ground. I don't want any mistakes. And we're going to pass it, and that's going to be almost intercepted. Jesus, just QB sneak it next time. And we're just going to kick the field goal here. Ah, that would have been huge. That could have sealed the game there.
3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Boswell's kick is good. And that extends their advantage.
But either way, we get points on the board. Put this to a 6-point game, so a touchdown needed from Miami.
Excellent question, because when I look at
So I guess that puts the pressure on Teddy Bridgewater now.
tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there,
And oh my goodness, Waddell's going to take a hit from Joseph.
better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. A touchdown likely means they move on in these playoffs. Tense moments for the hometown faithful as they've got it with a 1st down.
And that's going to be intercepted, and that can do it.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
Emmanuel Mosley
And the return here is
seals this one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to move on.
when you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case,
And what a game. We knock out the number 2 seed, as this is a big upset for Miami.
On 2nd down.
And we're going to run it here, but that's not going to really matter as
The 25-yard line.
there's not enough time here for us to punt it away after. We're just going to milk it to 4th down, and
They go down.
that'll do it right there. So Pittsburgh
They are moving on here in the playoffs.
wins out in Miami here as they're going to move on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it.
Wow.
Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves
Mitchell
on,
Trubisky
one
played
goes home.
pretty decent. I feel like that 2nd and 3rd quarter were a little rough, but Najee Harris is the true story. 146 yards, 22 attempts. Was just great. And Freiermuth looks to be a little injured. Hopefully that's not a long-term injury and that is just for this game, and he's back next week. But Emmanuel Mosley puts this one in a nutshell, as they're going to win this one. And what a great pickup for us. What a great pickup as we get Mosley. And Freiermuth is done for the remainder of the year unless we make the Super Bowl. So we're going to actually look at the playoff pitcher bracket here. So my guess is Kansas City's going to beat, I don't even want to say the word upset, but they're going to beat the Broncos. Ravens are going to beat the Browns. Cardinals are going to beat the Bucks. Cowboys are going to beat the Giants. Washington's going to beat Green Bay. That is all my takes. And let's see if I'm right. So, of course, we versed the Colts. We were the 7th seed team, so. But I actually prefer versing the Colts, and I am correct on all games except in the NFC, sorry. Buccaneers beat the Cardinals, and the Green Bay Packers beat the Washington football team. But on the AFC side, I was quite correct, as Baltimore takes the victory, and so does Kansas City. But as I was saying, I actually prefer to be the 7th seed in that situation, because now we're going to go up against the Colts, and I feel like out of the remaining 4 teams in the AFC, that the Colts, yeah, they might be ranked number 1, but I feel like they would be the easiest matchup in non-simulate and in the watching aspect. So could we possibly go to the conference championship here, as we're going to have a tough matchup against the number 1 Colts, but I have high hopes here. I'm thinking it's Kansas City and Pittsburgh, the 6th and 7th seed, that go to the conference championship. And I feel like it is going to be Green Bay and the Panthers that are going to go to the other side. We're going to kill this one here. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next